channel. So before we go any further, I just want to encourage you to subscribe, and if you have already subscribed, make sure you turn on the little bell at the bottom of this video, which just makes sure that you get notifications each time that I upload a video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So today I decided to do a Locs tag, as you can see from the title of this video. This video was inspired by two of my favorite sister Locs YouTubers, and I know what you're thinking, you don't have sister Locs, but I kind of feel like out of every Loc that's out there, I can kind of relate to sister Locs a little bit better than the normal size Locs. Mainly because my locks are really tiny. As you can see, I've just done two plaits to them and you can see how they look like. I really do feel like I relate more to the sister Locs because of the sizing of their locks, and yeah, I just love them. But I was not willing to go through the whole sister Locs process, so I am happy with the locks that I have. So the first question is, do you remember the specific moment you decided you were going to lock your hair? Where were you and how did you feel? As some of you may or may not know, I actually grew my hair to waist length, and I reached my waist length goal. So I'll just do a little rerun. I went natural in 2010. And back then there wasn't really anybody natural, any YouTubers that were all about the natural hair scene in those days, and Fotki was the website that was, you know, trending at that time in terms of transitioning and natural hair. So when I decided to go natural, there wasn't really any inspiration per se, but I loved my natural journey. So I was natural for about 2 years until I started experiencing extreme shedding. And after trying all these namely brands and everything that was on the market, I decided that I was going to formulate my own hair product. Bear in mind, I have no chemistry experience. Well, I did do chemistry at A level, but that was mainly to just pass my A levels, you know, but nothing that I would say I've got knowledge, chemical knowledge to actually develop a product. So having have done that, I decided in 2012, I will speak about my product in another video, a bit more of a detailed video with regards to it, but to properly make sure that my product was working properly, I decided in 2012 to cut my hair and then use the product to grow the hair. One thing that I would always explain to people is I do not show you when I cut my hair, and I used to be the wig queen, I used to be the protective styling queen. So at the end of the day, whenever I would put my hair away, hopefully I can insert some pictures in this video of how long my hair was. When I put my hair away, you wouldn't see that it's short, and then when I take it out, it's as if like nothing ever happened. So from that 2012, I managed to grow my hair to waist length and reached it must have been end of 2014, 2015 I would say. 2014, yeah, more or less say 2014, 2015. So after reaching my goal, I kind of went into a few struggles in terms of dealing with waist length hair. I'd like to class myself as a relatively busy individual. So morning times, like everybody else, live in England, you know, there's not really that much time to be, you know, taking your time, doing your hair, doing this, doing that. So I found that it was actually quite an inconvenience for me to deal with my waist length hair in its loose form every single day, and I found that I didn't really like protective styles with just my own hair, mainly because, you know, my hair's texture is about 3C 4A, so basically when it's out it looks very full, and as soon as you put it in plaits it just looks like there isn't really that much going on. So I found that even some protective styles that naturalisters would promote, like twists and stuff, they actually caused my hair to tangle a lot more. So I found that the main style that worked for me was cane rows, and I would do those cane rows and leave my hair alone for a good 3 months, and then I'll take down those cane rows after 3 months and leave it, and then I'll have my hair out summertime. So in around July 2015, that's when the thought hit me that I really wanted to lock my hair. I just felt like I was tired of having been wearing wigs for so long and having this beautiful long hair that I really couldn't parade in the way that I wanted to. And I just felt, you know, what's the difference between me and somebody who's probably bald? This is not meant to be an offensive statement, but I just really asked myself, what's the point of having this beautiful, gorgeous hair that I can't parade to everybody else or to the world? So that's when I made the decision. I wanted to lock my hair, but because I still cared about what people thought about my decision making, decided to put a little poll on Facebook, on Snapchat, asked my family, and obviously consensus was that don't do it, you've got gorgeous hair, blah blah blah. So when I did do that, I ended up not doing locks, decided to do yarn braids instead and the faux locks, but the feeling was not the same. But because everybody else had thought that I shouldn't do it, I suppressed my own feeling for a very, very, very long time until June last year, 2016. I just decided, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to lock my hair, and sod it if people think that it's a bad idea. So yeah, I decided to lock my hair end of June 2016, which technically I would say it was, though it's end of June, it's more or less start of July when I count my months of how long I've been locked. So I would more or less say that I'm in my 6th month of my lock journey. And to be honest with you, it's been one of the most beautiful things that I did. I just really wanted the change. I wanted the freedom of not having to deal with detangling, not having to deal with shedding. And I also wanted, like, now I haven't really been into wigs as I was before. I've literally been enjoying my lock journey, and I didn't think I would, but I really, really love it. And if you've watched my previous videos, you will know how much I speak on patience and how this journey teaches you patience. And I am reaping those fruits. So yeah, that's when I started my locks, and I feel fabulous about it. And I cut my hair. Hopefully I can insert a picture. I cut my hair really, really, really short, and it has grown. So yeah, that is my routine. Second question is, what method, if any, did you use to start your locks? I started with the coil method. So basically what you do is you use your favorite styling gel or your favorite wax to start your locks, and you use a comb. Let me just see if I can grab the comb for you guys. Give me 1 minute. So this is the comb that I started with. Unfortunately, I did not record when I actually started my locks, so I cannot make a video now because obviously my locks are already formed, and I don't see myself doing anybody else's locks in the near future. So yeah, this is the comb that I started with, and I used this end. So what you just do then is you part the hair and you twist and you pull down. And this is the comb that I used to do my retwists. Very tiny, useful comb. So these ends are much smaller than a tail comb, and this is about a tail comb size. So this was really helpful. So yeah, coil method is the method to which I started my locks. Question number 3, how old are your locks? I've probably mentioned it in the first bit of the question. In the first question, my locks are 6 months old. Oh my god, 6 months already. What is the length of your longest lock? I do not really know, to be honest. I really should have thought about this when I decided to do this, shouldn't I? But this is about the size of all my locks. They all kind of have a similar length, and when I started, my hair was about here, this length here. So it has grown, and not forgetting the fact that it would have compacted as well, like because my hair is in its budding stage, it's compacted slightly from where it was, and then it started growing. So this is how my hair looks, and this is how long it is. I do not know in inches or centimeters how long the hair is. The next question, which is question number 5, do you have any locks that are especially unique, strange, or awesome? All my locks are still pretty much the same. They're all very uniform, so there's no lock which is unique. The ones that I saw were kind of tiny, were kind of thin. I did combine them to join to another lock so that everything could be uniform. So my locks are pretty much all the same. How many locks do you have currently, and is that the same number you started with? If you watch my previous video, I do speak on how many locks I had. If I can remember, I think it's about 220 locks, and I think I started with 225 probably, because I've combined 2 locks that were really thin here. I combined 2 that were really thin here as well, and here as well. Yeah. 223, 224. That's about what I can remember at the moment. What shampoo or other products do you use on your locks? As per usual, I have not got all my items here, so I do apologize, but I'm going to tell you something which has made me cringe since I started my locks. I have not washed my hair. Yeah, I've not washed my hair. I've literally been using dry shampoo, which I don't have on me now, but I intend on washing my hair this month. So that will be an exciting video that hopefully I should be recording in the next few weeks, so I can show you how I intend to wash my starter locks after 6 months. And the other products that I use in my hair is the Kudzy Peps moisturizer to keep my hair moisturized and growing, and of course the Kudzy Peps hair growth serum. It's rubbed off some of the writing because I literally use my bottles forever and ever and ever. So this is what I use. My memory card got full, but I don't quite remember what I was saying. But yeah, I use the Kudzy Peps hair growth serum 2 to 3 times a week, which is the other product that I use. So the moisturizer and the hair growth serum. I haven't got the moisturizer to show you guys. Do you do any regular maintenance on your locks? Spray the moisturizer 1 to 2 times a week, and the hair growth serum 2 to 3 times a week, and that's it. And I just do a scalp massage. That's about all that I do. I have not yet started doing any protein or moisturizing treatments, but I will be starting those from the time that I do wash my starter locks. What are your favorite beads or any other decorations? I do not put any beads or accessories in my hair as of yet. Hopefully I should start discovering that as soon as my locks mature. Do you have a personal motto for your locks? No, I have not thought about that. If you could start a new set of locks, would you do anything differently? No, I love my locks the way that they are. At the moment, I wouldn't do anything differently. There was a point though that I kind of considered, what have I just done, when I looked at the amount of locks that I had. I think this is probably after the second retwist, when I realized how time consuming it actually is, and I was asking myself, what did I set myself up for? I should have just done the larger traditional locks. But then after looking at my sister lock inspirations, I decided, Kudzy, you're just being silly. Your locks are fine. How many people do you know personally with locks? My friend. My friend. These started after me, by the way, so they copied me. But few of my friends. Quite a few people. I'd say probably at most 10 people that I know that I have locks. How many employers turned you down because of having locks? Any wanted you because of your locks? I'm self-employed, so I've never turned myself down for having locks, and I've never wanted to employ myself because of my locks, so that question does not apply to me. What's the weirdest questions you've gotten about your locks? The dumbest, funniest, or most common? The most common question is, can I take them out? And that question, sometimes I'm just like, it just makes me lose strength, you know, because I've got no intentions of taking out my locks. I love them for the time being. I love them. It'll probably be me for a couple of years if I do change my mind. But I do love my locks, and I don't have any intentions of taking them out to anyone who keeps asking me. Do you have any locked role models? If so, who? I think role models is a strong word. I look for style inspirations, because one thing that I've realized as I've gone on my journey is that each person's lock journey is unique, is beautiful, and it's different. You can never compare yourself and hope to have locks like somebody else, because no matter how much you try, their locks is their locks, and your hair is going to behave differently. I remember when I started, I was just in this hurry to have them budding, because I was constantly looking at one of the sisters on YouTube who's got locks, and I would then get frustrated because hers started budding after like 3 months and mine were still coils, still looking the same. So from that, I just decided that my lock journey is lovely as it is, and I look for style inspiration and probably advice and stuff like that. But in terms of role models, I do not have any. And who am I going to tag in this video? Everyone really. If you want to do the Locs tag, I've missed out some of the questions because I do feel they're quite irrelevant to my lifestyle. Some of them are like, you know, what freaky accident did you have with locks? I don't. And then another one is, which locked YouTuber would you see yourself hanging out with in real life? I don't really think I make judgments of people based on what they look like and whether we think we could get on or not. No. So I chose not to answer that question, and I'm just going to do a 360 of my locks again, because I get this question quite a lot. So this is the side and this is the back. I've done 2 plaits just going down. I clearly need a retwist, so this is a way that I stretch it out. I just do like a style or something along those lines. And oh, I'm out of frame. This is the side of my hair. And then back to the front. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos, for liking, for subscribing, and until next week, you have a blessed week and God bless you. Take care. Bye.